My biggest warning about Google Ads in 2025 is that I do not want you to get caught up in the latest secret advanced Google Ads strategy. I can guarantee you that sometime throughout 2025, my inbox and the comment sections of my YouTube channel and LinkedIn profile will be full with people asking me for my opinion on the latest Google Ads advanced strategy. And the reason for why I know that this will happen is because it happens every year. In 2022, it was all about feed-only Performance Max campaigns. And then in 2023, it moved into creating multiple asset groups inside of Performance Max campaigns to target separate audiences, which, by the way, you can't actually do. And then last year, it was all about removing conversion tracking so that you could lower the costs in CPC. Now, let me just make this clear. I'm not saying that these strategies can't work. I'm just saying that they are not required. And that is especially true if you are prepared to learn the foundational strategies that work in Google Ads and then put in that extra work so you know how to review a Google Ads account so you know exactly when to use each of those foundational strategies. Because for me, an advanced Google Ads strategy is when you stack upon foundational principle in Google Ads and you stack them in the right way, use them at the right time for the individual business. And this is the reason for why I don't teach secret Google Ads strategies, because it's different for every business. Even if you've got two businesses that are targeting the same audiences, the same keywords, with the same products, even if they have the same pricing, those two businesses, even though they are targeting everything the same in Google Ads, they could be using two different strategies that are better suited for their business. And it comes down to what the business owner wants and how that business operates. And that's the foundation of an advanced Google Ads strategy, where it's you're finding out what that business wants, then using your knowledge for Google Ads and putting those two things together. Because for success with Google Ads in any campaign, you don't only need to know how Google Ads works and how to get conversions in Google Ads, but you also need to know what that business needs and how the business needs Google Ads to be structured so that they can see the best results. The other thing that I found with all of these different advanced strategies and different things that pop up, and as I said, it will pop up again in the coming months, when people ask me for my response, I always follow up with this question. That's really about is to why are you using that strategy? A lot of the times it comes down to the fact that they just aren't getting the conversions or that they can't scale. And in both those situations, if they're not getting any conversions, what I'm firstly looking at is, are they hitting the foundational metrics that we should be hitting inside of a Google Ads account, which as a very bare minimum, you should be hitting a 1% conversion rate. Once you get that 1% conversion rate, you can then continue on to do different testing and different targeting so that you can increase that. But before you get to that level of a 1% conversion rate, you shouldn't be worrying about any other type of advanced strategies because they're just not going to work, because foundationally your campaign, the products and the keywords that you're targeting are not converting. So we need to go in and have a look at your targeting. If you're running e-commerce, have a look at your product titles, and then finally look at your landing pages. And then if you can't scale your Google Ads campaign, what we're really looking at is what structures do you have in place? Do you have the right account structure? And do you have the right conversion data and audience data feeding into your account so that you can successfully and profitably scale your campaigns? So for me, that's why I see it so important for business owners and Google Ads professionals to not get caught up in these advanced strategies, but rather focus on the core foundations of what make successful Google Ads campaigns. Because as I said before, it's stacking all of those up and using them in the right way at the right time for your business or your client's business to build your very own advanced Google Ads strategy. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to take you through the 4 foundations that you need to be focusing on so that you don't have to spend this year trying to find the latest advanced strategy on YouTube or LinkedIn or Reddit, wherever you are looking. But before we get to that, another important element for success in Google Ads is that you need the correct optimization strategy. And to help you with that, if you follow the link in the description below, you can get access to my updated Google Ads optimization checklist, which is for all of the core different 6 campaigns that you could be using in 2025. So that's search, shopping, display, video, performance max, and demand gen. And it takes you through all of the different optimization actions and also lets you know when you need to complete those optimization actions. And this optimization checklist has been downloaded now over 120,000 times. So by my knowledge, it's one of the most widely used Google Ads optimization checklists. And to get your updated copy, follow that link in the description below. But with all that said, let's get straight into today's teaching. And the very first core foundation that you need to get right with Google Ads is your account structure. And the reason for why your account structure is so important is because you need to understand that the easiest way to improve the performance of your Google Ads account is quite simply spending more money where you're getting the best results. But unfortunately, a lot of businesses can't do this when it comes to Google Ads because they don't have the right structure in place in order to funnel money into the best performing areas. So when it comes to your account structure, the first thing I want you to think about is creating levers for that business. And what I mean by levers is you could also think about it like little dials where you can increase the spending when you're performing well, or you can pull back on the spending for areas that aren't performing as well. And further to performance, some businesses also need different levers for different things, like could be location targeting. And that location targeting might not only be around different countries, but because they also may need some different location targeting options dependent on their business structure. Let me give you an example. A couple of years ago, I helped a franchise business set up their campaigns, and in one city they had 4 different very distinct franchise operators who are all paying different marketing budgets. So same products and services, but different budgets. So for that business, it was really, really important that we set up 4 different campaigns that were based around the different location areas. Whereas for another business who might just be owned by one company, they may want to set that targeting around different services because they're happy to target the whole city. And then of course, another option could be purely around profit margins. You may be advertising a lead generation business and they may have 2 services. One of those services may have a high volume, but a lower profit margin. You may have another service that you're promoting, which may have a smaller volume, so not as much traffic, but there may be a much larger profit margin. So you're prepared to pay more by cost per conversion. And that's another example of where you'd want separate campaigns, remembering that at the campaign level is where you control the budgets. And this all comes back to the core foundation of a way that you can see greater success with Google Ads is by being able to put in extra money, remembering with Google Ads that the money flow is set at the campaign level so that you can put that extra budget into the areas that are performing well. And also as well, for other businesses, they may have certain products that don't need to market for 3 or 6 months of the year. These are all the factors that you need to think about when it comes to your account structure. And that's even before you get to targeting different types of audiences or when you're coming to reaching out to different networks when you want to scale. So first thing is get your account structure right. The second core foundation is that you want to be focusing on these 3 core metrics, which is your click-through ratio, your conversion rates, and your impression share. I will also add to this that obviously your keyword targeting is highly, highly important. But what I'm talking about here is 3 metrics that I'm always focusing on and 3 metrics that I'm always reviewing in my Google Ads campaigns. The first reason for why your click-through ratio is so important is because it speaks to the relevancy of your ads. Doesn't matter what type of campaign you are using, if you have a higher click-through ratio, it will put downward pressure on your CPCs. And further to that, you'll also get a higher ad rank. So you're much likely to get your ads displayed in the top positions if you have a higher click-through ratio. And the reason for why your click-through ratio is so important is what you always need to be thinking about and remembering is that Google only gets paid when someone clicks on your ad. So you want to give Google every incentive to click on your ad. And for me, it doesn't matter whether we're talking about Google Ads or whether you're talking about any of the Meta platforms or even LinkedIn or YouTube, whatever platform you are talking about or whatever platform you're trying to distribute content on, whether it's free or whether it's paid, those platforms favor the creators or the advertisers that really look to hit the core metrics that they're looking for. And for Google Ads, the name of the game is the click-through ratio. That is why I'm always focusing on my click-through ratio to make sure it is performing above industry standards for my business niche. And if you are interested what click-through ratio is suitable, what I would say is that for last year across all different businesses, for a search campaign, you need to be hitting at least a click-through ratio of 7%. But if you want to get more data for your individual business, if you do a Google search for WordStream's Google Ads industry benchmarks, you can then get some extra data there. And what I'd be looking at is find your industry benchmark and then try to beat that click-through ratio. Second thing, your conversion rates. Now, obviously it goes without saying, your conversion rates are really, really important because we don't just pay for ads to get clicks and give Google money. We pay for our ads to get conversions with revenue coming into our business. And that's why your conversion rate is so important. And if your conversion rate is not working, that then lets you know that you need to be looking at your landing page, you need to be looking at your pricing and your policies. So that's why you always want to be looking at your conversion rates to make sure that fundamentally when people search for your product or you see their ad, they're not just clicking on it, but they're also converting. And the last one is your impression share. Now, this may be a metric that may surprise people as to why it's so important. Now, the reason for why search impression share is so important is because that gives me a clear indicator or a clear metric that I can monitor to see if it's time to scale my account. Let me give you an example. If you're happy with all of your conversion metrics, so you're happy with your conversion rates, you're happy with your cost per conversion or your ROAS that you're already receiving, and if you've got a low search impression share, so let's say it's something under 20%, that gives you a really clear indicator that you could increase your budget by 10 or 20% and see the same level of results. However, if you're starting to get up to say 60% or 70% of an impression share and you start to increase your budget and you notice that your CPC costs increase, you're then getting a clear indication that you can no longer just increase your budget in order to get more conversions. You need to start reaching out to some colder audiences or different or similar or related search themes. So the first thing is get your account structure right, remembering to factor in those levers, how you want to be able to control your budgets. Secondly, look at those core metrics to make sure that you've got a really high click-through ratio, so you know you're getting relevant ads. Secondly, you've got a conversion rate, so you've actually got ads and landing pages that convert. And then thirdly, looking at your search impression share, so you know where your positioning is in comparison to your competitors and whether you're able to scale through simply increasing your budget or whether you need to reach out to some colder audiences. Thirdly, and this becomes a really important point, for success with Google Ads and being able to put together your own advanced Google Ads strategy, you need to know how each campaign type works and also when is the best time to use each campaign. And the reason for why this is becoming increasingly important is especially at the end of 2021 when Google launched Performance Max, and then in 2023 when it launched Demand Gen, Google recommendations and Google reps are getting increasingly aggressive about everyone using Performance Max and Demand Gen. In 2025, I think it'll be a lot more focused about using Demand Gen. But you need to know very, very clearly how these two campaigns work, as an example, and also when to use them. And this will really empower you so that when you see the Google Ads recommendation or the Google rep ringing you up and saying that to solve all of your problems, you just need to add Performance Max or add Demand Gen, you've got the really clear data so you know whether your account is ready to add in a Performance Max campaign or add in a Demand Gen campaign. And really, really quickly, I just want you to understand, especially with Performance Max, it's very much designed to generate more conversions. So if your account doesn't have any conversion data, it's too early to add in a Performance Max. The same with Demand Gen. Not only is it driven to drive extra conversions, it can also be driven to drive extra customers to find similar customers. But if you're a new Google Ads account and you don't have large audience lists, it's got nothing to draw on. So that's why I'm saying you need to really, really know how each campaign works and when to use them. And to help you with this, let's jump into a screen share so I can really break down the different types of campaigns and when you can use them. So when it comes to each different type of campaign, this is the way that I like to view and think about Google Ads. And it's what I call a full funnel approach. And what I'll also do is I'll generally start from the bottom. So I really look at the high intent keywords and search terms, and then I start to build up to the top of the funnel. So what we're looking at through here is I'll generally start with my search and shopping campaigns. And the reason for that is because they have the most level of control. And remember what I was talking about, the core metrics. By starting with search and shopping, it really allows me to work on my click-through ratio, work on my ad creatives, and really make sure that my campaigns are at least converting, knowing that my landing pages are converting, knowing that my offer is converting. And then from there, that's when we then go through and add in some of these secondary campaigns like Performance Max. So let me just break down these different types of campaigns. One thing that I would say is that you can see from here is that some of these campaigns, you can use them in different ways. So for example, for a display campaign, you can use that for remarketing only, or you could also use a display campaign to target out to new audiences. And this is where it comes down to really knowing how each campaign works and what you can do with each type of campaign. What I would say from here is that generally when we're looking at the bottom of the funnel is I'd be looking at, that's where you use your search campaigns. If you're a lead gen company, company, your call only search, and your shopping. Then for remarketing, you can also use your display, but then also remember with your shopping campaigns, you can also use that as a remarketing. You can even do this for search as well. And the reason for that is because display, shopping, and search allow you to set audience only targeting. So if you've got enough data and you know that these are the audiences that convert for you, you can restrict your campaign for display, shopping, and search to only go to those audiences. Then if we move up for Performance Max, it's really important to understand that with Performance Max, you can't tightly target that campaign. It's always going to go beyond your individual audiences. Even with your asset groups, if you add in your audience lists, Google makes it really, really clear that they'll go beyond those selections. So that's why it can never be a true bottom of the funnel campaign. With your dynamic search, the other reason why I've got dynamic search there is because with dynamic search, yes, you can add in some negative keywords, but dynamic search is going to go out and look to find some new potential search terms which would convert. And then obviously as you go into the top of the funnel, you've got demand gen, video and display, but remember, as I said, both video and display could also be used at other aspects of this funnel. But the most important thing to remember from that screen share that we just went through is really understanding how each campaign works, and then you can use each campaigns in different ways to put together your own strategy. So you might have some different campaign types at different levels of that funnel, but it's all about understanding how that campaign type works so that you can then outwork that strategy in the right way. And the core question I really want you to ask yourself is that if you've got multiple campaigns running in the same account, you should have a very clear reason for why each campaign exists. And if you don't have a clear reason for why each campaign exists, so you probably need to really go back and really restructure the settings that you've got in your Google Ads account. And then that brings us to the fourth and final important foundation that you need to be able to create your own advanced Google Ads strategy. And that's to understand the core foundations of scaling. Now, as you may be aware, scaling is where you're happy with the results and you're wanting to increase more budget so that you can see more conversions. And this is where a lot of people get tripped up because they're trying different advanced strategies and different structures and it's just not working. But what you need to remember when it comes to scaling any Google Ads account, and it doesn't matter what niche you're in, doesn't matter whether you're lead gen, doesn't matter whether you're e-commerce, and it doesn't even matter what your budget is at the moment. There's only two ways that you can scale your account. And these are the two ways. You either increase the current spend or you start to reach out to new colder audiences. So any strategy that talks about scaling, it's doing it through one of those two mechanisms. So the first way of increasing your budget, what you really need to be looking at is once you're happy with your conversion metrics, that's when that metric of your search impression share or your click share becomes really, really important. Because if you can increase your budget by 20% and you get an extra 20% or further of clicks and conversions, you can continue that process. That's the easiest way to scale your account. Now, at some point, that will no longer become profitable. And what I mean by that is that if you increase your budget by 10%, but you start to see your CPC increase by 20% or 25% and you're seeing less clicks, that means that you've reached that ceiling of that search impression share. So your increases in CPC means that you can no longer just rely on budget increases to scale your campaign. That then means you need to move to the second way of scaling your account, and that's reaching out to colder traffic. Now that could be going into similar or related search themes. So if you've purely been targeting on, high intent keywords, you could then go to some benefit driven keywords. Or this is when you can start to add in some of those secondary campaigns like a Performance Max campaign where you're setting it to target only new customers so that you're continuing your search and all your shopping campaigns running with that bottom of the funnel. Then you add in that middle of the funnel, you're setting your Performance Max to bid on new customers only, and then you're really leveraging off that Performance Max campaign to do what it does best in finding new conversions for your business. So for me, when it comes to an advanced Google Ads strategy for 2025, remember that any advanced strategy has to be what works best for your business or your client's business. And the way that you put together the best advanced strategy for your business or your client is by understanding the foundational principles of Google Ads and using the correct principles at the right time so that you can then create your own advanced Google Ads strategy that works for your business. Thank you for joining me. My name is Aaron Young from Define Digital Academy. And remember, as a core foundation for success in Google Ads, you need to be optimizing your Google Ads campaigns in the right way. So make sure you jump down in that description and get your updated copy of my Google Ads optimization checklist. Now, another thing, at some stage throughout this year, if you're wanting to scale your Google Ads account, you will need to leverage on smart bidding strategies, so maximize conversions or maximize conversion value. And because this is such a big subject, if you want to learn more about how to correctly apply and use smart bidding strategies for your Google Ads campaigns, go through and watch this video right here. Thanks again. See you next time.